presentation will be way more ill than we are.
Okay.
All right, I'm Ty McKinley.
I'm Skylar Lenardi.
I'm Max Davis.
I'm Henry Teo.
I'm Jake Severance. Our industry was the handbags and accessory industry. Henry Bendel was our specific subsidiary. We actually found that this subsidiary was operating at a loss the last 2 years, and actually most recently is operating at a $45 million loss. We also think that, moving forward in the briefing, we're going to talk about the trends that are in the industry and also opportunities that Henry Bendel can take advantage of. Talking about this and introducing it will be Henry.
So one of the first trends that we noticed were in the industry was the trend that there are three main companies that run the industry of the handbag and accessory industries. So the first one of those companies is Coach, the second is Michael Kors, and the third is Genesco's. And of these two companies, we found that both companies, Coach and Michael Kors, use celebrities and celebrities' endorsements as a means to propel them and move the brand forward. So we also found that, according to Itis World, luxury consumers are looking for quality items and brands that they recognize and will value those two things over price when looking at items to purchase. So going back to more of the celebrity endorsements, if you look to Louis Vuitton, they have recently announced Virgil Abloh as their head of design. And Virgil Abloh is a very public figure, known to a lot of people, specifically in our generation. He's a little bit younger, but this is an example of celebrity endorsement and using celebrities to move the brand forward and gain more recognition. So Max is going to speak more on brand management.
Yes, so as Henry was saying, a lot of businesses are using celebrity endorsements to propel their image and maintain a good brand image amongst the industry. Another example of a celebrity endorsement would be Selena Gomez's partnership with Coach. Selena Gomez signed
I believe it was $10 million.
Yes, Selena Gomez signed a $10 million deal with Coach, and she also has the most followers out of any Instagram account. So her followers really open up a whole market for Coach to product their brands toward. I think this could be a great opportunity for Henry Bendel to utilize a celebrity endorsement to market to followers and fans of a celebrity. Another great trend and opportunity for brand management is sustainability. The world as a whole is kind of moving towards a more green initiative. Businesses are looking at their carbon emissions and their waste that they're putting out. So a lot of businesses are trying to find eco-friendly alternatives. An example for specifically the luggage and handbag accessory industry would be like plant-based leather. Some businesses are using like pineapples to making the leather for their handbags and stuff. Remaining sustainable and knowing your carbon emissions is a great way to improve brand identity and transparency. It creates trust and commitment amongst consumers. One more innovation and trend for brand management is technological innovations. Putting out ideas and new innovations marks the brand as hip and innovative, and it also keeps the public spotlight on the business as they're constantly in the news or blogs and stuff. So as tech improves, many businesses are moving towards an online approach. Skylar will now talk about some of the trends and opportunities for e-commerce within the industry.
Thank you. So, over the past few years, there's been a large movement from brick and mortar stores to e-commerce. And just in 2017 alone, actually, there were 7,000 retail stores that closed, brick and mortar stores, just because of the growing e-commerce industry. So one of the first opportunities that I have here for Bendel is to try to take advantage of the e-commerce websites such as Amazon and eBay. Amazon owns 50%, almost 50% of the e-commerce in the entire US. They have about half of that all to themselves, and Bendel doesn't sell their products on Amazon. So I feel like this is a big missed opportunity because with millions of people on Amazon every single day, Vendel isn't getting the exposure that they could be getting if their products were sold on here. The next thing is data collection through the online shopping. When you're shopping online and you're like the company can see what you're buying, what you're looking at, all these things. So collecting this data will help to provide a more like personalized shopping experience. So you'll get emails from the company, they'll maybe send you coupons based on what kind of products you were looking for, and that'll cause you to buy it, which will increase the sales. And so overall, Vendel has a great opportunity to grow their e-commerce market, and which will also help to expand the demographics, which Henry will introduce.
So, thank you, Sally. So, going more about demographics, if you refer to the industry breakdown that we gave you, it specifies that the men's accessory industry, or the men's accessory segment of the luggage and handbag and accessories industry is worth 12.3%. However, this is a statistic that is growing, and this particular segment, the men's accessory segment, is growing faster than the entire industry is, and it's growing faster than the women's accessory industry. So it's clear that this is a prominent opportunity that should be thought of. Ken is going to go more in depth about this opportunity now.
Thank you, Henry. So as Henry was saying, the men's segment in this industry, it's not huge right now, but it has been growing at a high rate. And this is like, as the newer generation, the younger generation is getting older, they have more of a focus on fashion, and their handbags are even becoming a style for men as well. So they are definitely starting to increase just the buying of these products. And this industry, or this segment, while it's low right now, it will continue to grow, as Henry was saying, and it's growing at a very fast rate. So this is a good time for a company such as Vendel to get involved in that industry, so that as it progresses, then they can be one of the players reaping the benefits of this industry. Some of the other companies that are involved in this are Coach, Louis V is involved in this. Also, Michael Kors has some lines in men's accessories that they are continuing to increase and put more of a focus on, so that to appeal to a broader audience. And another opportunity within increasing the demographics is for them to have another product line with some lower prices. This will attract some of the younger audience, and more specifically the younger female audience that they've been having some problems with in the past, attracting lots of sales with. And the younger consumer is really worried about this cheaper marketability, and they really want to be able to. That's a big focus for them, is cost. So as they go forward, those are some of the big focuses to increase the demographic outreach. And then Jake will give us a conclusion about the overall.
Thank you, Ken. In conclusion, we found that some of our best opportunities for Henry Vendel to take advantage of were brand management, which Henry and Max both talked about, and just some of these ways that they can improve their brand management would be celebrity endorsement, which they talked about with Selena Gomez and Coach, and also, I'm sorry, what was
That was Virgil Abloh
Virgil Abloh and Louis Vuitton, and how they've both been able to increase their brands and show success, and that could be an area that Henry Vendel could take advantage of themselves, and also technology innovations. Another would be what Skylar talked about, the increasing online sales of e-commerce. They could increase this by selling through Amazon. As he talked about, Amazon has about 50% of online sales right now. So selling through Amazon would be a big push in capturing sales for Henry Vendel. Also data collection and how they're able to personally have their own personalized setup when they're shopping and get discounts for what they were personally looking and shopping for. And also expanding their demographics, which Ken talked about, which would include expanding into the male product line, and we saw this with Louis V and Michael Kors expanding their male handbag and product lines and trying to just get a bigger target audience. And that could be another target for Henri Bendel, would be just defining their target audience better, just to see if they want to focus more on, if they want to go into that increasing male product area, or if they want to stay focused on like a wealthier woman kind of area. And then also finding cheaper products that could appeal to a younger audience, so they're not spending as much because they might not have as much of a disposable income as others. So thank you for listening. This is the end of our briefing. If you guys have any questions, we'll take those now.
Thanks, Dean. And you can shut your recording off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you mind if I take notes on like the
Yeah.